breakdowns. We're going over the SoCon conference today, 2021 face-off unit breakdown. I will be without my esteemed colleague, Jerry Raganese, today, so I'm going to run this through on my own because we wanted to get it out. I know we've been a little bit behind, but we have a few other things on our plate. But first, I want to start with Boston University. We posted the Patriot League breakdown, and literally the first comment after 35 seconds of it being up was, did you guys forget about Boston University? We apologize. This is a free video that we're making. So sometimes we're going to slip up. So I just want to give Boston University their due real quick. I want to talk about them. They do have a very interesting setup on their depth chart. So Boston University has 3 seniors. Chrisman, who's probably going to get the majority. He's a 62% face-off guy in 2020. Very, very talented guy from Philly. Then you have Christian Trahan, who's been battling injuries. He's a mass guy, and Snyder. Now, when you look at the other part of the depth chart, they also have 2 freshmen, very, very talented freshmen, actually, in Garrity and Friedman, and they're both Massachusetts guys. So doing a really good job in that state from a recruiting standpoint. I'm going to be interested to see who can mix it up SNG, but I do believe it'll be Sean Chrisman's job to lose. I think he's a very, very talented face-off guy. He's proven it over the years. So we'll be very interested to see how they can stack up in a loaded Patriot face-off division. So now let's move on to the SoCon. SoCon, I believe, is sneakily one of the better face-off conferences in the country, especially when you look at the standing neutral grip. And the reason behind that is maybe they're not going to pull off, when you look at rankings of incoming freshmen, they're not pulling those top 5 guys. However, I believe that the style of face-off guy that most of these coaches are looking for in the SoCon is more of an up-and-down athletic type. And with the rule changes to SNG, it may very well have paid off when they look at the style of recruiting. So, for instance, we've got Mercer, Ashton Wood, and we talked about him amongst the FOA group before this season. We thought he was going to have a breakout year before the rule change. And now we believe that these rule changes fit his style. He's a pure plunger guy who loves to go forward. He scored 5 seconds into the season. Right now in 2 games, he's at 35 for 40 with 21 ground balls. That's 2 games. That's really impressive stuff. So I think Mercer's putting most of their eggs in that basket, as they should. They have Duke this weekend, so it's going to be very interesting to see what Duke goes with. They might want to go with a more experienced face-off guy against Wood, but we will see. And then when you move down this conference, there's nothing but talent. So, for instance, Mercer has Wood. Jacksonville has a game under their belt. Cap went 27 for 31 with 14 ground balls in game 1. They have a lot of talent on that Jacksonville face-off depth chart. They also have Benedito coming in, who's super talented. And then they have Alex Giovenco as a senior, who was a Maryland transfer. He has shown promise as well. He was a dynamite high school face-off guy. But with the rule changes, it looks like Cap is going to be the guy. He seemed a little bit more suited for this. So in his first game, what was impressive was he didn't just go forward on every face-off. He was going forward. He was going backdoor. He was going TTL to his draw side wing. He threw a couple TTLs out to his non-draw side wing. That is a very hard person to scout, because when you look at the film, he's using clamp plungers and he's using true plungers. He's getting on top of the ball. He's coming up underneath it. There's no easy way to scout that. So it's going to be interesting to see moving forward if he can continue to mix that up. Now, here's the caveat. Both of those teams, Jacksonville and Mercer, their starting face-off guys are very, very good, but they've both gone against Bellarmine, who is at 16% after 3 games. So there is an issue, obviously, on the sideline for Bellarmine, on the depth chart for face-offs. I would not be surprised if they spend more time looking at their LSMs, giving them more reps. I think if you're Bellarmine, you're going to say, look, we have talented defenders. Let's teach them how to do this the correct way and be counter experts as well as rake specialists. And I think if they can figure that out, it can change their whole season. When we look at Air Force, so they graduated Lynch, who took the majority of them last year. They have a very talented sophomore, Frank Hauser, really, really good, really, really speedy, fast hands on the whistle. I haven't seen him in the SNG realm yet, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. And they also have Brian Michael, who I know for a fact can face off standing neutral grip. He did a little bit in high school. So he, look for him to get some reps as well for Air Force. When you look at High Point, Davis Sampierre, who's for a career, he's a 55% faceoff man. He's a grad student now there. He has over 440 faceoff wins under his belt. He's going to hit that 500 milestone this year. He can face off standing. I would look for him to be if he goes fish hook, shovel counter, rink, Davis Sampierre could be very valuable for this team, especially if they mix in the promising last year's freshman, Colin Hoban, who was 53% in 2020 before the season got cut short. I think if you have Hoban as the speed guy, you have Sampierre as a changeup and the counter specialist, they can be very successful in this conference. But if you got, those two, Kroll, the LSM, and Cook all going in the same direction, trying to be pinch and pops or clamps, they might have a tough year. So I think those two guys at the top of that depth chart need to interchange. Kroll's an LSM. I know he's taken plenty of faceoffs in his college career. They might want to throw him in there too, but we'll see. Now we go to Richmond. Richmond has a lot of talent. They have Hamilton, who was a Cleveland State transfer, and he was 54% in 2 games last year. Jax Popovich is a insanely talented freshman who came over to Richmond. He has demonstrated his ability to go standing neutral grip in his high school career. He was very proficient in it. Now in his college career, I feel like these rules fit him very well. It'll be very interesting to see how they decide to mix up those reps. But I think, once again, you have a guy who is more of a heavy-handed clamp plunger type of guy in Jax Popovich. And then maybe you switch it up with Hamilton, who can go quick speed in and out for the true plungers. You have a very good 1-2 punch there. And then they also have Griffin, who's a 55% faceoff guy last year, who can come in as well. So 3 very talented faceoff guys for Coach Giamatti over there at Richmond. And then when you look at VMI, I'm not sure exactly who's going to take the bulk of these reps. I know they have Basic, who's the incumbent. They have Outershell as well. It's going to be interesting to see how they can develop SNG. I haven't seen either of these guys face off standing yet, so it'll be interesting. I know that their program puts a lot of stock in the face-off position. They want to learn it. They want to get better at it. So don't be surprised if VMI takes more of a 3-man unit approach, tries to push face-off guys, opposing face-off guys into weaknesses, try to double team using either a double pole or something like that. But I'm sure they'll be very inventive. So when we look at this SoCon conference up from top to bottom, there is a lot of talent. I am very interested to see as they go in, like, for instance, I can't wait to watch Mercer take on Jacksonville. I want to see Ashton Wood and Cap. I think you're talking about 2 guys who could probably be all conference, fighting for all conference down the line. They look like they're going to get the 90% of the reps. So just based on what we've seen so far, they look to be in a very good spot. But I would wait until this Saturday night or this weekend's event when you watch Richmond play. Let's see who gets the majority of the draws in that game, because that could be very telling as well. So there's the SoCon breakdown. We're going to be hitting the independents on Sunday, and then we'll be wrapped up with our Division I. I know a lot of guys have been asking, can you do Division II, Division III? Yeah, we'll try our best. Division I stats are usually the easier ones to find online that we can then bring here and break down. It's also easier to see film of Division I guys, but it doesn't mean we don't have any value on Division II and Division III. Obviously, nothing but FOA guys littered through those conferences, and there's a lot of elite talent in all 3 conferences, all 3 divisions. However, we only have so much time in our day. So we will try our best to get you guys a comprehensive D2 or D3 breakdown before the season starts. But for now, please subscribe. Let us know what you think of all these breakdowns. What can we do better? Obviously, production value is a little low, but we'll keep doing what we can. All right, guys, enjoy lacrosse this weekend. Take care.